Soka, IB Masters Learning Center at ibmasters.com, and today we're going to look at the 20th question from the Digital SAT Test 1 Module 2. This is from the Bluebook app. The harder set of reading and writing questions. Number 20 reads, which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the conventions of standard English? When I ask that question, it could be grammar, punctuation. Here it looks like we've got punctuation. The colon, I notice in answer choice A, is the most commonly mistaught piece of punctuation. One thing is you need an independent clause before the colon. Usually teachers just say, oh, you need a list after it. But there's examples where you have the list after and you don't use a colon. There's other examples where it's no list after and you do use the colon. So one thing you got to take into consideration for the colon is that you need an independent clause before it. What comes before it has to be able to stand alone as its own sentence. That's what I'm going to check on first to see if the colon is in contention for being our correct answer here. Researchers studying magnetosensation have determined why some soil-dwelling roundworms in the Southern Hemisphere move in the opposite direction of the Earth's magnetic field when searching for food. Could that be its own sentence? Yes, it could. Now, one thing that the colon could do is it could combine two independent clauses. It could combine two clauses that could be their own sentence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read after, see if that can be its own sentence. In the Northern Hemisphere, the magnetic field points down into the ground, but in the Southern Hemisphere, it points up towards the surface and away from the worm's food sources. Could that be its own sentence? Yes, it can. Answer choice A looks like a good answer choice. Answer choice B is exactly the same, but we've got a comma here. We just determined that before and after is an independent clause. A comma cannot combine two independent clauses unless you have a conjunction, of course, like an and. So we call that a comma splice. That's the type of run-on sentence. B is wrong. Answer choice D is definitely wrong as well, because then you've got two independent clauses with no punctuation combining them. We might just call that a fused sentence. And then we could also read with answer choice C in place. Researchers studying magnetosensation have determined why some soil-dwelling roundworms in the Southern Hemisphere move in the opposite direction of the Earth's magnetic field when searching for food, while in the Northern Hemisphere, the magnetic field points downward into the ground, but in the Southern Hemisphere, it points upward towards the surface and away from the worm's food sources. Hopefully you heard it. That is another run-on sentence. We've got two conjunctions, we've got two conjunctions in just the second independent clause. It is a run-on sentence. Answer choice A is your best answer. We've got a colon combining those two independent clauses. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has difficulty with colons, doesn't know exactly how a colon's used. There's another couple exceptions to that quote-unquote rule that a colon's used for a list. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.